Welcome to podcast Learn English Perfectly.
Welcome to Learn English Perfectly podcast, where we explore health and wellness topics that matter to you. I'm your host, Alex, and today we're diving into the important topic of mental health and wellness. Joining me is Emma, a licensed therapist and mental health advocate. Welcome, Emma.
Thank you for having me, Emma. I'm excited to be here and discuss this vital topic.
Let's start with the basics. Emma, can you explain what mental health encompasses?
Absolutely. Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act, and it also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood.
What are some common mental health issues that people face?
Some of the most common mental health issues include anxiety disorders, depression, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia. Anxiety disorders, for instance, are characterized by excessive fear or worry, while depression involves persistent sadness and a lack of interest in activities.
How can someone recognize the signs of a mental health issue in themselves or others?
Recognizing the signs can be challenging, but some common indicators include changes in mood, behavior, or personality, withdrawal from friends and activities, significant changes in eating or sleeping patterns, and feelings of hopelessness. If these symptoms persist for a couple of weeks or more, it's important to seek professional help.
Speaking of professional help, what are some steps someone can take if they believe they or a loved one might be struggling with a mental health issue?
The first step is often to talk to a trusted friend or family member about what you're experiencing. Then, consider seeking help from a mental health professional, such as a therapist, counselor, or psychiatrist. There are also many hotlines and online resources available for immediate support.
Let's talk about self-care. What are some practices people can incorporate into their daily lives to support their mental wellness?
Self-care is crucial for maintaining mental health. This can include regular exercise, a healthy diet, adequate sleep, mindfulness or meditation practices, and staying connected with loved ones. It's also important to take time for activities that you enjoy and find relaxing.
How can we work towards reducing the stigma associated with mental health issues?
Reducing stigma starts with education and open conversations. We need to normalize talking about mental health, just like we do with physical health. Encouraging empathy, understanding, and support within our communities can make a big difference. Sharing personal stories and experiences can also help break down barriers.
Mental health can affect anyone, but different populations may face unique challenges. Emma, could you talk about how mental health issues manifest in specific groups, such as children, teenagers, and the elderly?
Absolutely. Children might display mental health issues through changes in school performance, hyperactivity, or frequent nightmares. Teenagers might show signs through withdrawal, drastic changes in their social circle, or risk-taking behaviors. For the elderly, mental health issues can manifest as confusion, memory problems, or changes in mood that affect their daily functioning. Each group requires tailored approaches for effective support and treatment.
How about mental health in the workplace? What should employers and employees know?
Mental health in the workplace is critical. Stress, burnout, and anxiety are common issues. Employers can support mental health by creating a supportive environment, offering mental health resources, and promoting work-life balance. Employees should prioritize self-care, set boundaries, and seek help if they feel overwhelmed.
Let's talk about some of the innovative treatments and therapies available today. What are some of the new approaches to treating mental health issues?
There have been many advancements in mental health treatments beyond traditional therapy and medication. There are therapies like cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT), dialectical behavior therapy (DBT), and eye movement desensitization and reprocessing (EMDR). Additionally, there's growing interest in the use of technology, such as teletherapy, mental health apps, and even virtual reality therapy for conditions like PTSD.
Speaking of technology, how is it impacting mental health, both positively and negatively?
Technology can be a double-edged sword. On the positive side, It provides greater access to mental health resources and support through apps and online therapy. However, excessive use of social media can contribute to anxiety, depression, and a sense of isolation. It's important to find a balance and use technology mindfully.
Many people face heightened stress during challenging times, such as a global pandemic or personal crisis. What are some coping strategies for managing mental health during these periods?
During difficult times, it's essential to maintain a routine, stay connected with loved ones, and engage in activities that bring joy and relaxation. Practicing mindfulness, seeking professional support, and limiting exposure to distressing news can also be helpful. Remember that it's okay to ask for help and take things one day at a time.
Hearing personal stories can be incredibly powerful. Emma, do you have any experiences or testimonials from people who have successfully managed their mental health that you'd like to share?
Yes, personal stories can be very inspiring. One of my clients, with their permission, shared how they struggled with severe anxiety for years but found relief through a combination of therapy, medication, and lifestyle changes. They emphasized the importance of persistence and support from loved ones in their journey to better mental health.
We often hear about the impact of diet on physical health, but how does diet affect mental health, Emma?
Diet plays a significant role in mental health. Consuming a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains can improve mood and energy levels. Nutrients such as omega-3 fatty acids, vitamins D and B, and antioxidants are particularly beneficial for brain health. Conversely, a diet high in processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats can contribute to mood swings and anxiety.
Exercise is often touted as beneficial for physical health. But what about mental health? How does regular physical activity influence our mental well-being?
Exercise is incredibly beneficial for mental health. It helps reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression by releasing endorphins, which are natural mood lifters. Physical activity also reduces stress, improves sleep, and boosts self-esteem. Even moderate exercise, like walking, can have significant mental health benefits.
Sleep is another crucial factor. Can you discuss how sleep affects mental health and what can be done to improve sleep quality?
Sleep is vital for mental health. Poor sleep can exacerbate mental health issues like anxiety and depression, while good sleep promotes emotional regulation and resilience. To improve sleep quality, it's important to maintain a regular sleep schedule, create a restful environment, limit exposure to screens before bedtime, and avoid caffeine and heavy meals in the evening.
Relationships play a crucial role in our lives. How can mental health issues impact relationships? And what can people do to maintain healthy relationships while managing their mental health?
Mental health issues can put a strain on relationships by affecting communication, emotional availability, and behavior. It's important to maintain open and honest communication with your partner or loved ones about what you're experiencing. Seeking couples therapy or support groups can also be beneficial. Remember, maintaining strong, supportive relationships can provide a buffer against mental health challenges.
How important is community support for mental health? And what are some ways people can engage with their communities to improve their mental well-being?
Community support is incredibly important for mental health. Feeling connected to a community provides a sense of belonging and support, which can reduce feelings of isolation and loneliness. Engaging in community activities, volunteering, joining support groups, or even participating in local events can help build these connections. A supportive community can offer emotional support, practical help, and a sense of purpose.
Can you share some insights into holistic approaches to mental health that integrate various aspects of well-being?
Holistic approaches to mental health consider the whole person, including their physical, emotional, social, and spiritual well-being. Practices such as yoga, meditation, acupuncture, and mindfulness can help manage stress and promote mental wellness. Additionally, incorporating hobbies, spending time in nature, and focusing on personal growth and self-compassion are important aspects of a holistic approach.
Major life changes, such as moving, changing jobs, or experiencing loss, can significantly impact mental health. What are some strategies for managing mental health during these transitions?
Major life changes can be stressful and overwhelming. It's important to acknowledge your feelings and give yourself time to adjust, establishing a routine, staying connected with loved ones, and seeking support from friends, family, or professionals can help. Practicing self-care, setting realistic goals, and maintaining a positive outlook are also crucial for navigating these changes.
We briefly touched on children and teenagers earlier, but can we dive deeper into addressing mental health in these groups? What are some specific strategies for parents and caregivers?
For children and adolescents, early intervention is key. Parents and caregivers should create a supportive and open environment where kids feel safe discussing their feelings, monitoring for signs of distress, such as changes in behavior or mood, is important. Encouraging healthy habits like regular physical activity, proper nutrition, and sufficient sleep can also support mental health. Professional help, such as counseling or therapy, should be sought when necessary.
How do genetics and environment play a role in mental health? Are there ways to mitigate genetic predispositions?
Both genetics and environment play significant roles in mental health. Genetics can influence the risk of developing certain mental health conditions, but environmental factors, such as stress, trauma, and lifestyle, also have a major impact. While you can't change your genetics, you can mitigate risks by adopting a healthy lifestyle, managing stress, seeking therapy, and building a strong support network.
Mental health perceptions can vary across different cultures. Can you talk about how cultural perspectives impact mental health and the importance of culturally sensitive approaches?
Cultural perspectives significantly influence how mental health is perceived and treated. In some cultures, mental health issues might be stigmatized or misunderstood, leading to barriers in seeking help. It's important for mental health professionals to adopt culturally sensitive approaches, which include understanding and respecting cultural beliefs, values, and practices. Encouraging open dialogue within communities can also help reduce stigma and improve access to mental health resources.
What do you see as the future of mental health care? Are there any emerging trends or innovations that show promise?
The future of mental health care looks promising with advancements in technology, personalized treatment approaches, and greater awareness. Emerging trends include the use of artificial intelligence to predict and manage mental health issues, increased accessibility to teletherapy, and the development of new medications with fewer side effects. There's also a growing focus on preventive care and integrating mental health services into primary health care.
Trauma can have a lasting impact on mental health. Emma, can you explain how trauma affects mental health and what are some effective ways to cope with it?
Trauma can significantly impact mental health, leading to conditions like PTSD, anxiety, and depression. It affects the brain's ability to process stress and emotions. Effective coping strategies include seeking professional therapy such as cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT) or EMDR, practicing mindfulness, and building a strong support network. It's important to address trauma early to prevent long-term effects.
Social media has become a big part of our lives. How does social media impact mental health, and what can people do to manage its effects?
Social media can have both positive and negative impacts on mental health. While it can provide a sense of community and support, it can also lead to feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and depression due to constant comparison and cyberbullying. To manage its effects, set limits on social media use, curate a positive feed, take regular breaks, and focus on real-life interactions.
The holiday season can be a stressful time for many. What are some tips for maintaining mental health during the holidays?
The holidays can bring added stress due to financial pressures, family dynamics, and high expectations. To maintain mental health, set realistic goals, prioritize self-care, and establish healthy boundaries. It's also helpful to stay connected with supportive people, practice gratitude, and avoid overindulging in alcohol or unhealthy foods. Remember, it's okay to say no and take time for yourself.
Burnout is becoming increasingly common, especially in high-stress professions. What are the signs of burnout, and how can it be addressed?
Burnout is characterized by emotional exhaustion, depersonalization, and a reduced sense of accomplishment. Signs include chronic fatigue, irritability, and a sense of detachment from work or personal responsibilities. To address burnout, it's important to prioritize self-care, seek support, set realistic goals, and take regular breaks. Professional help may be necessary to develop coping strategies and make lifestyle changes.
Financial stress is a major concern for many people. How does financial stress affect mental health, and what can be done to manage it?
Financial stress can lead to anxiety, depression, and sleep disturbances. It can also strain relationships and lead to unhealthy coping mechanisms like substance abuse. Managing financial stress involves creating a realistic budget, seeking financial counseling, and developing a plan to reduce debt. It's also important to practice self-care and seek support from loved ones or professionals.
How can spirituality and religion play a role in mental health?
Spirituality and religion can provide a sense of purpose, community, and support, which are beneficial for mental health. Practices like prayer, meditation, and attending religious services can promote emotional well-being and resilience. It's important for individuals to find what resonates with them personally and to seek support within their spiritual or religious community.
Parenting can be both rewarding and challenging. How can parents manage their mental health while caring for their children?
Parenting requires a balance of self-care and caregiving. Parents should prioritize their own mental health by taking breaks, seeking support, and maintaining hobbies and interests outside of parenting. Open communication with partners and sharing responsibilities can also alleviate stress. It's important for parents to model healthy coping strategies for their children.
There's often a connection between mental health issues and substance abuse. Can you explain this relationship and suggest ways to address it?
Mental health issues and substance abuse often co-occur, with individuals using substances to self-medicate for anxiety, depression, or trauma. This can lead to a cycle of dependency and worsening mental health. Treatment should address both issues simultaneously, often through integrated care that includes therapy, medication, and support groups. Early intervention and seeking professional help are key to recovery.
Chronic illness can take a toll on mental health. How can individuals with chronic illnesses manage their mental health effectively?
Chronic illness can lead to feelings of helplessness, anxiety, and depression. Effective management includes seeking mental health support through therapy, building a strong support network, and practicing self-care. It's also important to stay informed about the illness and engage in activities that bring joy and fulfillment. Mindfulness and stress management techniques can also be beneficial.
Men often face unique challenges when it comes to mental health. Can you discuss the specific issues and how they can be addressed?
Men may be less likely to seek help for mental health issues due to societal expectations and stigma. They might also experience different symptoms, such as irritability or anger instead of sadness. Encouraging open conversations, challenging stereotypes, and providing accessible mental health resources are crucial. Men should be reminded that seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness.
Minority communities often face additional barriers to mental health care. Can you talk about these challenges and potential solutions?
Minority communities may face barriers such as stigma, lack of culturally competent care, and socioeconomic factors. Solutions include increasing access to affordable care, training providers in cultural competence, and raising awareness within these communities. It's important to create safe spaces where individuals feel understood and supported.
Caregivers often neglect their own mental health while caring for others. What are some strategies for caregivers to maintain their mental well-being?
Caregivers should prioritize self-care by taking regular breaks, seeking support, and setting boundaries. It's important to connect with other caregivers through support groups and to access respite care services. Maintaining hobbies, exercising, and practicing stress reduction techniques can also help caregivers manage their mental health.
Self-stigma can be a significant barrier to seeking help. How can individuals overcome self-stigma and seek the support they need?
Overcoming self-stigma involves challenging negative beliefs about oneself and mental health. Education about mental health conditions and their treatment can reduce self-stigma. It's also important to build self-compassion, seek support from trusted individuals, and practice positive self-talk. Engaging with support groups where others share similar experiences can also be empowering.
We've touched on diet, but can you elaborate on specific nutrients that are particularly beneficial for mental health?
Certain nutrients play a critical role in mental health. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish and flax seeds, support brain function. B vitamins, particularly B6, B12, and folate, are crucial for mood regulation and energy levels. Magnesium, found in leafy greens and nuts, helps manage stress. Probiotics, found in fermented foods, support gut health, which is linked to mental health. A balanced diet with these nutrients can support overall mental well-being.
This has been an incredibly informative conversation. Emma, do you have any additional resources or final thoughts for our listeners?
I encourage everyone to prioritize their mental health and seek help when needed. There are many resources available, including online therapy platforms, mental health apps, and local support groups. Remember, mental health is just as important as physical health, and taking steps to care for it is a sign of strength. Thank you for having me, Emma.
Thank you again, Emma, for sharing your expertise, and to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. If you found this episode helpful, please subscribe and share it with others who might benefit. Until next time, take care of your mental health and be well. That wraps up today's video. A huge thank you to Emma for joining us and shedding light on such important aspects of mental health. We hope you found this discussion as insightful as we did. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you get notified every time we upload a new video. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences, so drop a comment below. Share this video with anyone who might find it helpful, and let's continue the conversation on mental health. For more resources and updates, check out the links in the description box below. And remember, taking care of your mental health is crucial. Be sure to prioritize it and seek support when needed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.